It's time for another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. You have me today, as I wanted to tell you a story about what happened to me yesterday and also fill you in on something that's going on for the kids tonight. If you'd like to make the drive into Council Bluffs, this is Halloween at the Hoff. And so it's going on at pace, and it gets started tonight at 4 o'clock. So there's going to be trick-or-treating from 4:30 to 6. Of course, this is all tied in with the Fourth Friday, which is a free event at Pace every fourth Friday of the month. The pop-up restaurant this month is Chef Around the Block, Dan Benigno. I'm telling you, boy, this guy is such a great chef, and he's going to have some wonderful things there. Studio artist hours going on from 6 until 9. Also, kids costume contest at 6:30. Turning Gears will be there with live music. There will also be scary campfire stories going on in the Chanticleer Theater. The adult costume contest at 8:15, and then a flashlight gallery tour at 8:45. This is going to be a fun night to head in to Pace, and I would recommend it. If you haven't been, I think you're going to be very surprised when you walk in there that, wow, we have a facility like this in Southwest Iowa. Yes, we do. So, and also you can go back and watch an episode that I did with Deanna Walls, and she is one of the folks making everything happen there at Pace, and that was on our other program on Morning Coffee. All right, I wanted to tell you a story about what happened yesterday. And if you watched the Morning Coffee show already this morning, you know part of the story, but I'm going to tell you the rest of it. Obviously, the battery died in my car, and I needed to get to Pace to interview the Council Bluffs mayor, and I had to walk because, well, you know, these boots are made for walking, and that's exactly what they did. But after I got back, I was able to get the battery out. Now, here's the thing is that my battery in my car is in the trunk. This is the first car that I've ever had like this, and I've had the car about 3 years, and now this is the first time that I'm replacing the battery. So it took me a little while to figure out how to get everything connected. Look, I'm not a mechanic. You know, I can limp my way around, but it's typically going to take me about 3 or 4 times of trying different wrenches and sockets and everything else. So I got it figured out, got the battery disconnected, closed the trunk, headed out, and we went up to the auto parts store. Thank you, O'Reilly. There's a free plug. Well, got the battery, and yes, they did test it, and it was bad. So I get back, and it's time to put the new battery in. Well, I'd taken the battery out. Car has power locks, and there is only a button on the back. There's no place in the trunk to open it, and it's all running on power, and I've disconnected the battery. So I did manage, there's a place to open the driver's side door, and because I do have a key for it, so I was able to get into the car, and then I remembered that there is an emergency release inside the trunk, and in the back seat of the car, the seats will lay down so you can access the trunk. Well, I am not 15 anymore, and I'm also not as skinny as I was when I was 15. Standing on my head, crawling into this thing, and eventually I was able to make it all the way back to where that release cable was, and I was able to get the trunk open. But then I still had to get out, and that actually was a little bit harder than getting in. I'm happy to say that the battery is working. I got everything fixed, and that is, the car is running again. So crisis averted. And it only cost me $262. So how about that? On the other program, the Morning Coffee Show, if you watch that one, you've been seeing us do a lot of candidate interviews from around Council Bluffs. Now, there are elections that are going to be happening next in about a week and a half in a lot of the communities around Southwest Iowa. Now, historically, elections that are on an off year when there is not a national election going on are very, very poorly attended. Folks just don't turn out that well for them. It's the voter turnout is always incredibly low. I am encouraging you to get out there and do that because you have folks that are putting their time in to serve the communities in which they live in and which you live in. And oftentimes, these are your friends, these are your neighbors, and they deserve to have a vote cast in this election. Now, you get to make up your mind as to who it is that you want if it is a contested election. But let me tell you something, that even if it's not a contested election and it's just a single person running, it means a lot when they get those votes. And it shows that, hey, I've got the community support as I'm heading into this. So please, I'm encouraging you to get out there and vote. I'm also encouraging you to reach out if you know some stories. You've seen me post online about we're always looking for more stories to be able to tell. I know that there's some things going on out there that I'm not familiar with, and because I keep running into them. And as we do, I do my very best to talk them into coming on the show. So if you know of anybody, just send me an email, toddstuder@gmail.com, or have them send me an email. Say, hey, you ever think about telling this story on Todd's podcast? Yeah, I'd love to have that on there. You know, the purpose to this show is to promote the folks, whether you're in business or nonprofit or service organizations, of what's happening around our area. And I need your help in order to be able to make that happen. So again, my email, toddstuder@gmail.com. You can also contact me on the website, lushillsmedia.com. So I would encourage you to either way, and you'll be able to get that information to me. Somebody that has been a big supporter of what we do at Lush Hills Media, and it's also he's jumped in and is helping out with here on Local Roots, is Rick Graybill. And Rick has his own podcast out now. It's not safe for work. You don't want to, this is not something you would want to play where you're at work. However, it's pretty darn funny. And also, he's got a business that does precision metal fabrication. It is FoxCo Fabrication. And he does some wonderful work with metal. And it's whether it be a custom job or you got a large scale manufacturing, some custom welding, you know, he can bring your ideas to life. And he's got just expert craftsmanship, cutting edge technology. So could be industrial, could be commercial, could be a sign for your man cave. Go to foxcofab.com and get that order in. Also, we have been talking with Travis Waldstein at Aire Serv Heating and Air Conditioning and encouraging you to get your furnace checked. Now, they do that at Aire Serv Heating and Air Conditioning, so reach out to them and have them come out. And in fact, you can get connected with their service plan, and that way they're coming out twice a year to inspect everything and make sure that your HVAC system is working correctly. AireServCouncilBluffs.com is the website. Also, right out of the same shop is Waldstein Plumbing. Hayden Waldstein, Travis's son, heads up that division. And as I say, every week, when integrity matters and when doesn't it, these are the guys that you want to get a hold of, because they're going to make sure that everything is done right, done correctly, and done with pride. Castle and Associates of American Family Insurance. That's Travis Castle. We need to get him back on the show really soon, because he has some wonderful insurance tips every time that he comes on. And he is the first to tell you that that's his goal. Is, he looks at his job as an educator. Now, obviously, he's in the insurance business, and if he can have a good deal for you and put together a package for you, of course he will do that. But first and foremost, he wants to make sure that you are educated on everything to make sure that you're protected, whether it's your home, it's your car, life insurance, business insurance, farm insurance needs. They can do it all, and they do it from 4 different locations. They are in Trainer, they're in Council Bluffs, and then they're in Nebraska, in Bellevue and in Elkhorn, which means they're local, and they're in your neighborhood, ready to help you navigate the complexities of insurance today. Also, Travis is very, very involved in the program Vision Trainer, with some announcements that are going to be coming up pretty soon. I'm looking forward to being able to announce those when they let me know all the details. I don't even know everything that's happening yet, but I know that there's some exciting things going on. So if you need to learn a little bit more about your insurance or just want to check on things, Castle & Associates of American Family Insurance. And ServiceMaster Restore by Schmader knows that it's hard to get back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke. When the tornadoes went through last year, Cindy was out there herself helping out and making sure that everything was taken care of correctly. She can do some wonderful restoration. If you think that something's damaged beyond repair, check with her first before you just throw it away. If it's an important keepsake or some important family treasure, sometimes, and not every time, and she'll be the first to admit that, but it's best to go to the experts and find out if this is something that can be saved. And the mold remediation that she does, it's important to get somebody that is certified in mold remediation, and ServiceMaster Restore by Schmader is. So you know that you're going to stay healthy. So here's a phone number that you're going to want to call, 402-339-9911. Just get it in your phone, get it saved, put next to it ServiceMaster Restore by Schmader, and then forget about it and hope that you never need it, because she talks about that too, that she hopes you never have to call her. She really does. But if you do, it's really good that she's there. So, again, thank you to her for being such a huge supporter of everything that we do here. I've been talking with a lot more businesses and organizations in the area, and the show is gaining in popularity. I'm seeing new subscribers coming on every day. I'm seeing the total views of the shows going up. From last month to this month, over 20% increase. Yeah. It's getting out there because they see that what we're doing is promoting everything that's happening in Southwest Iowa. So we can do this with your help. Watch the show, share the show. That's a big part of it, is sharing, because anything that we can do to encourage that algorithm to keep pushing it out there, it's not the followers of the show that lets me know how well a show is doing. It's the non-followers. And I can see whether if somebody's subscribed or not. If a non-subscriber sees it, it comes in as a different stat, and I can see that it's been pushed out farther. So when you share it, when you hit the like button, all of those things, it helps. And I'm very grateful when you do that. So please, I would ask you to continue to help us out with that. Hoping to have a big announcement for Les Hills Media coming up very soon, and it has to do with what you're seeing behind me here. And this is, just my little makeshift set. Well, what if we had something a little bit better? That could be coming down the pike, and I'm looking forward to some exciting things that are going to be happening before the end of the year. That's going to wrap up today's show and also wrap up the week. We've made it all the way to Friday, and I'm going to head out and enjoy the weekend and then be back with you again Monday morning. My name's Todd Studer. Enjoy your weekend.